Hello, welcome. We are going to talk about the financial model of scholarly publishing. I'm Professor Khalid Khan from University of Granada in Spain. To discuss the topic with me, I have Dr. Luca Narduzzi. Luca, would you give a brief presentation about yourself, please?
Yep. Good afternoon. My name is Luca Narduzzi. I am the founder of Review Pro, an agency that aims to actually improve the scientific publication. And today we are going to talk about the financial aspect of scholarly publishing and maybe discuss a few possible solutions.
All right. So, in our video, we'll ask Luca to explain what is a journal and its constituent articles. What is the publishing model for bringing this to the attention of scientists and society? And is the business model fair? So, let's first look at why this is an important topic. Luca, there is some newspaper items that we see on the screen.
Yeah, actually, these are just two of them. I'm sure that if we look in Google, we can find many more. Scholarly publishing is a problem. The prices are raised a lot since in the last 30, 40 years, and now the fees are very too high. Companies that actually scientific publishers became a big company. They gain billions of euros or dollars every year. And the question is this fair, as considering the fact that actually most of this money come from public money?
All right. So, to begin with, could you just give an overview for the lay audience? What is a journal and what is its constituent article?
So basically, a journal is collection of scientific publications. We call it articles, and these scientific publication are just not similar to the normal publication. Generally, are peer reviewed, so checked for their content by other experts, and it contains original research, evidence synthesis, and this is important for the scientific community because it reports how science is advancing uh, step by step. And the journals are basically a collection of these articles, and they come up with different issues, volumes, and of course they are published every, I don't know, month, every 2 months, and every year.
Okay, so the research is carried out in universities, other research institutes, and the findings, along with the methods of the research, are published as articles by journals.
Yeah.
So the journals basically serving to spread the information, and for this, there is a need for a business model for it to be a viable activity in the society as it exists.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to consider that there are many different articles in the world. I mean, journals, sorry, in the world, and these journals can actually touch any kind of human knowledge. And out of these journals, many of them, most of them are actually about science, STEM, so like science, technology, and medicine.
Yeah.
And there are different do you say economical models actually to sustain these publications. Journals generally are organized in platforms. It means that actually many journals are owned by a specific platform. It can be a commercial publisher, but it can also be university press or professional societies or open access platform. They have different models. It's themselves to sustain to be sustainable.
All right, so it is estimated that there are around 47, 48,000 journals in all different fields. And we are discussing how can this all work financially.
Yeah. So basically, there are two main models. Of course, there are some little difference between journals and publishers, but the two main models are pay-per-view and open access. In the pay-per-view model, basically the scientists that perform the research, they send the article to the publisher. The publisher, after some revision, accept the article, and the article, then a collection of article is sold to the libraries or to the institutions directly. So basically the researcher, to read articles coming from other researchers, they have to pay to have access to it. So the readers pay in this case.
Mm-hmm.
In the open access is the reverse. Once the research is done, is the author itself that pays to publish. And this gives more visibility, because in the open access, all the readers have access to the specific research. The problem is that all the burdens fall on the author. So not the authors not only pay for doing research, but also pay for publishing it.
All right. So the term that we frequently hear called APC, or
Yeah.
article processing charge, pertains to the open access model. Did I pick that up right?
Yeah, exactly. This is correct, and we will talk about APC a lot, because there are actually is one of the problems in the current publication system. So basically, what is the main problem in science? That the prices are rising a lot, so the fees to publish the APC raised a lot. We are talking about thousands and thousands of euros just to publish an article. On the other side, in the pay-per-view model, it's the same. To read maybe, I don't know, all the journals coming from a specific publisher, you need to get an agreement with them for 100,000 euros, 200,000 euros, which is a big money. And universities, not all the university around the globe, actually, they can pay for it. This situation already created a very big difference between the different countries in the world. We see actually richer countries, they publish more, and also they get more citations, because they can publish to better journals, they have access to more journals, and so and this is increasing the uneven distribution of the quality of publication in the world.
So those who can afford to pay get greater visibility,
Yeah,
and then they get ranked higher in their performance because they get more citations
exactly.
as a result of greater visibility. So there is a bit of a discrimination going on there between scientists who can afford to pay and those who can't afford to pay.
Exactly, and also they actually get more fundings, and this is the main problem.
But there is another
Yeah,
problem that has been growing in science, which is that of retractions of articles. How does this come into play in terms of measuring the impact of the business model?
yeah. Actually, intuitively, we might think that if we pay more, there will be more control on what is published. But there are also the number of retractions are the articles that have been actually retracted from publication, because they were found they were big flags. And the retractions are actually rising. Why? Because the model is very profitable, so many authors are entering in it, and they want to publish, and also sell maybe the platform to publish. And basically, there are more articles that are of lower quality every time, and we can actually see it.
So, in order to make the business more profitable, it's possible that in the process, the quality of oversight or the quality of peer review or editorial input is changing.
Yeah, it's changing. It is getting worse. We can see it clearly, and also because there are many platforms they don't do very their policy in the editorial policy is not so clear. The peer review is not so clear. Sometimes they do not perform peer review, and sometimes even if they perform peer review, the peer review is not really.
It's light touch.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how are these companies performing in the stock market?
Yeah, exactly. So this is actually these two graphs are very interesting. If we they are one from 2007 and one from 2023, and they both of them report the profit margin. So profit margin is the amount of money that you gain after you already paid all the costs. So you actually get the revenue, take out all the cost, and this is the profit margin. And they have very high profit margin. If we calculate it in percentage, they can compete actually with Google, with Apple, and with big car producers. And this was real. That was true in 2007, and as it is true in 2023. Actually, their revenue are growing, but also their profitability is growing every year, year by year. It doesn't change. It didn't change, even if we had a lot of changes in science, different policy, a lot more open access, many more regulations.
How does this profit margin compare to, for example, the car industry?
Car industry is way lower because they have a lot more cost to produce a car is a lot more expensive. So if we get, for example, um, I think here is reported one of those, but maybe it's not here. But for example, BMW has a profit margin of about 10%.
Oh,
BMW is a big
sure.
car manufacturer known across the globe, and Elsevier in 2023 had 37%.
All
So
right. So we are talking about a business where the input of the cost for the production of the product is extremely small. It's because the research is primarily funded by other
exactly,
sources, not the publishers who produce the PDF file or the platform for
exactly.
distribution.
And also they have the editorial process that is almost free because they just pay the editor in chief and maybe the assistant, one of two assistant editor, but all the other editors are mostly voluntary, and all the peer review process is free as well. So they don't have basically cost in the
Okay, so
process.
we see here that we have a business that is profitable. We see here that um, the number of retractions has risen. We see that those with more resources, the system favors them in their research assessment. So there is some element of lack of balance in all of this. Where is the direction of travel in the future for this?
So the idea is actually to change the system, and it's fair that actually this model is profitable, but it's also obvious that from the data we showed that it's too much profitable and is creating some distortions in the model, in the system, that actually shouldn't be there. The retractions, the difference between the countries shouldn't be there. So we would actually propose some solutions. For example, encouraging non-profit publishing, especially um, there is no reason why actually there are no more publishers. They actually do not get so much money, or reform the APC pricing. APC raised a lot in the last years, but the work is still the same. So basically, they're gaining more to actually do exactly the same job. Does it make so much sense? Or, for example, expand the preprint servers, support newer repositories to actually publish the articles or the data itself. Incentivize peer review, because incentivizing peer review, you're actually giving back something to the researchers themselves, which are the ones that actually are producing science. And promote Diamond. Well, we didn't talk about it, but actually, Diamond High is actually a free open access, and so we should promote it more. And I think that's it. There are also other solutions that are discussed out there, and it's difficult to say the ones that we are going to take, but we need to change something, and this is quite obvious.
All right. Uh, Luca, I believe AI will play a role that could possibly reduce the cost after initial investment, but could also help improve the quality and the lack of balance that there might be between different types of contributors to the publishing process.
This is a good question, actually. So I think always about AI as a tool. So and as every tool, it really depends how we use it. but I see that the direction right now is actually to use it for good. So there is many people that is very demanding to AI in terms of quality, in terms of fairness, in terms of reliability, and this is going to improve the quality of the publications. And also I think is going to simplify publication for countries where, for example, countries that are not English speaker,
Mhm.
because for them before was very difficult to write in a, let's say, seamless and straightforward English, plain English. And now it's a lot easier with AI, so it's for them it's easier to publish, and also to have more access to information. So I think it is used for good.
All right, Luca, thank you very much. This was an eye opening video concerning the profitability of the publishing industry and how it has the responsibility to continue to improve, become more efficient, and give a high quality product that is not uh, affected in terms of retractions and quality, and is not inequitable between scientists of different geographies.
Yeah. Thank you very much.